Oh, this one is totally No Man's Sky. This one is like 100% No Man's Sky. Yeah. This game has such an amazing story, honestly. I am so shocked that this game made such a huge comeback. It's surprising. I mean, you love to see this like underdog story about a bunch of random people making a great game and it being bad, and then it's like bam, one patch, bam, another patch, and then everyone's like loves this game. The story is really good. Really looking forward to the next game. Wait, is there like next game that one fantasy game with open world? I think I saw it on one of the presentations, right? Yeah, now I really want to watch this video. It's an hour long, but I don't care. When this game came out, was it 10 years ago? No, it was in 2016, so it's 9 years ago. I wasn't really into gaming news, so I barely know what happened to that game. I was in... Wait, how old was I? I was 13 or 12. Probably 13. So I wasn't into gaming news, and I missed all the fun, basically. I have no idea what happened to that game. I only heard that it was pretty much a failure when it came out. And then they fixed it in like 2 years or so.
Sponsored by that game everyone loves.
Scientists are racing to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Questions we once thought impossible to answer are within our grasp. Where does the sun go at night?
Is math related to science?
Oh my god, is this one Neil
If the
deGrasse Tyson
universe
reference?
is so big, then why won't it fight me?
Hell yeah.
As we look further into the universe, we see light from distant stars, eons old, perhaps hundreds, even thousands of miles away. Hold on, can I get a zoom in on that?
You bet I can. This is one of the world's most powerful telescopes. Initiating 6 times zoom.
Oh
Now,
wow,
punch it.
look at this impressive alien
There it
fauna.
is.
Oh my god.
Life on another world.
Guys, the aliens are real. Look.
We owe it all to one indie development studio. Hello.
Yeah, this game was
Games.
worth the wait, right?
Let's start at the beginning.
The hype. Yeah, this I remember. Even though I was like pretty young.
It's rewind time. Okay, the year is 2009. Guildford,
Oh, wow.
England. There's a man named Sean Murray, and he's just founded a company
2009.
called Hello Games.
Sean and the boys are
I was
working
only
hard on
6
a
years
brand new
old.
IP called Joe Danger. 2010 AD. The game just came out. It's a success.
They're a small team, but they are ambitious.
Let's do something bigger, said Sean. Let's
It's less than
reach
an
for
hour.
the stars. How about Joe Danger 2? Brilliant. It's
Wait, let's see. What are those? Raid Shadow Regions, Car Football. Yeah, we already have this one. FPS chess game. Overwatch? Turn-based COD. Okay, Prince of Iran. Can you joke about this stuff now? I don't think I can. Reverse Battle Royale where the circle gets bigger.
something bigger.
Those
said
are
Sean.
some high quality
Let's
ideas.
Reach for the stars. How about Joe Danger?
Dark Souls, but really easy. Domestic violence. I can't joke about this
2?
shit.
Brilliant.
In the wise words of someone, it's not politically correct to speak Russian now.
It's
What do you mean?
2012.
It's
Joe Danger 2
okay.
has just come out.
Russians are now all over the EU, so it's fine. By the way, like a year ago, some random Russian guy got shot right outside of my window on a parking lot in front of my house. It was so fucking weird. Basically what happened is some weird dude was listening to music outside of my house, and this random Russian dude just appeared out of nowhere, and he was like, "Hey, I have to go to work in a few hours. I need to get some sleep. Turn on this stupid music." And then this one guy pulled out a gun and he shot him. He survived, by the way. But that first guy got arrested. I live in such a weird
That one
neighborhood.
doesn't perform as well. We need to do something even bigger than Joe Danger 2.
Okay, so
Joe Danger
now it's
3.
time.
No.
No?
Even
Yeah,
more
yeah.
out of
It's time
this
for No Man's
world,
Sky.
Something no man has done before.
Right.
Joe Danger the mobile game? Yes!
No!
And that came out in 2014.
The Witness,
Seriously,
but you
that's the
can
biggest thing you
jump.
can think
Oh
of.
no, it's too crazy.
I'm
The
just a
world is
stock
not ready to
image, dude.
handle
Why don't you
this.
think of something? Sean pondered for a moment, then turned and looked wistfully into the mirror. Reflected back was the visage of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
If you're going to make a space game first person, it's never been done before. How about that? I'm going up in orbit to repair the Hubble telescope. That's not a knife. Who are you going to have sex with? How much microwaves are coursing through your body now?
Huh?
The planet, said Murray. Space game. Procedural generation
Yeah,
planet.
so
Okay, that's...
I can probably see the problem already. Making such a big game, if you worked on like 2 indie games and then 1 mobile game, is just not smart.
Sounds good. Yes,
I can
we all
see
agree. So they set to work,
where
cobbled together a
it went
prototype,
wrong.
and by VGX 2013,
Like, already.
they are ready to announce another new
Oh, hey,
IP.
Jeff.
No Man's Sky.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Okay, I remember this trailer for sure. People were so hyped. Yeah.
It's 2014, and it's E3 hype time. No Man's Sky has promised to be a game like no other. A practically boundless experience vibrant with life and color and things to explore. What's over there? You'll have to be the one to discover it. And then, wow, look at that big f***ing dinosaur, holy shit. And a moment later, we're in space having a battle amongst a giant fleet. Claim a planet as
Yeah,
your
it's
own.
like too ambitious for
Explore
them.
the galaxy with your friends.
Okay, that's it. This is gonna be the best game ever, you guys. It even won awards for its hype.
How are they
And it will
even
release
able to
in
afford
June
showing this trailer
2016.
on E3? It's like really
The
expensive.
hype train was officially loading up and ready to chug out of the station.
Yeah.
At every stop of the journey, there would be press junkets talking about the amazing scale of the game.
They
Spread
spent more
across
time making the
18
trailer
quintillion
and giving
planets.
all the
It's
interviews
so
than
vast
making the game
that by
itself.
the time you finish exploring it all, I would have 2 new videos published.
No, this
Sean
just doesn't
himself
sound
was
good.
doing the interviews. Because who is better to talk about the game than the lead guy himself? He went from interview to interview, and with each question, the answers he gave raised people's expectations of the game's scope.
Can you land
Oh,
on a
the
comet?
expectations,
Yeah,
yes.
at the moment you can land on asteroids.
You could encounter other players.
Can you grief other players?
A little bit.
They're literally building your own like massively multiplayer world that's procedurally generated.
Sand planets like
Oh no, his Nate Murray is Five Nights at Freddy's flashbacks. I have never played Five Nights at Freddy's. I have like one friend, and she's a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. She even went to the nearest cinema to see the movie. She told me that when she arrived there was like a bunch of kids who were 8 or 9 years old, and she was the only adult person there. But yeah, right now, this sounds too bad. Raising expectations when you're such a small studio, it just isn't smart. And not even if you're an indie studio, even if you're like a huge dev, it's still pretty bad. Look at Cyberpunk. The only reason the new Five Nights at Freddy's game speed on world record is 4 minutes and not 1 is because you can jump in it. What the fuck is this? Those games were always so weird to me.
In June, rivers, walking sentinels, hacking. So sophisticated that light diffracts through the atoms. They had to redevelop the whole periodic table to make it work.
Wait,
Even Elon
let me read it again. The team programmed some of the physics. Okay, whatever. Right. When he desired the possibility of green skies, the team had to redesign the periodic table. You can't be serious about that. There's no way. To create atmospheric particles, it would No. Was it really necessary? It's so stupid.
They had to redevelop the whole periodic table to make it work.
What?
Even Elon Musk was hyped for it.
Well, this is a bad sign, right? If Elon is trying to act like a gamer, then it's bad. Remember his Path of Exile 2 drama? This was so stupid.
2 years go by. It's early 2016, and that hype train is really moving now. Perhaps one of the biggest in video game history. Reddit was shoveling most of the gamer fuel. Skeptics and naysayers are treated as ballast and thrown from the carriage doors. Pre-orders open, and they are doing very well. The date is booked in. Some are even taking the day off work. So much hype there is that... Uh-oh. Jason Schreier of the soon-to-be defunct Kotaku
Oh no, it's the guy.
is about to spoil the party. He announces a delay.
Uh-oh.
From June 2016 to August.
It's not that bad.
Liar, the incensed audience cries. Please be quiet, they said. And death threats too. But he was
really?
100% right. A week later, the delay is officially announced.
Okay.
"Ooh, sorry lads, we need more polish," said Sean in his usual accent. To that, Sean received some death threats too, by the way, although he didn't take them as
God.
seriously or go to the police.
Internet never changes.
Yet.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
But the impatient crowd relaxed a bit and said, "Fine,
Polish, you
we
say?
will wait. But we expect a level of polish no man has ever
Polish
seen."
Gurum. Or how do you say it? Polska Gurum? What does this
Speaking
even
of
mean? What I always see is on
Shadow
Twitch.
Man here. Have you heard of Raidy Shady? My wife died in a
Oh
plane
no,
crash.
it's a game.
Hey, let's get serious for a moment. Raid isn't just a game
Yes,
with
Polska
15
Gurum.
million downloads
What's
in the last
that?
6 months. It's a lifestyle. Think differently. Play Raid differently.
His Raid Shadow Legend ad
dreams.
looks like
I'm
some
sorry, sir.
weird social ad
contracted
about drugs.
Raids! That's good. Congratulations, it's Gorgorub of the
Oh,
Undead
yay.
Horde.
My life, Bonezu.
You've just collected one of over 400 champions. Why, hello there.
This is so
Have you heard
weird.
about the online RPG PvP? It's extremely well reviewed on the Play Store.
So Polska Guru means Poland on top, but it's intentionally misspelled. What the fuck? Okay.
Oh, you remind me of my wife. Raid is more than just a game. It's a reassuring pat on the back from your dad. It's a warm bowl of soup on a cold night.
Oh hell yeah.
It's one last dance
Freedom.
at your wife's funeral.
Huh?
If you haven't played in the arena yet, I'm gonna break into your house. You're all getting
Please don't.
Raid for Christmas, kids. Yay! And if you download now, kids, using the link in the description below, you can get an extra 50k silver and an epic champion. Wow, you're the best dad ever. Wait, Mum's dead?
Raid Shadow Legends.
And
Okay.
over.
Well, this was dark.
So let's talk about the team in charge of all that polishing. It's small,
Okay.
tiny. In fact, I haven't been able to find...
Wait. Regular AAA team. And Hello Games. 6 people. Well, Honestly, I'm not that like skeptical about those guys being able to make a good game, because I mean, look at Expedition 33. Those guys had like 30 people and a dog, and they managed. Though Expedition 33 was not that big.
Smaller team behind a AAA release. All of these expectations are on the shoulders of just 6 people, expanding to
It's
a team of
not
15 by the end of production. July. It's just a couple of weeks until the release date.
Okay.
Whatever the state of the game by now, however much it's finished, that's what's going out. The Hello Games team celebrates.
Oh my god! I didn't know that this picture came from Hello Games. Look at those guys. Oh wow.
Iconic image.
The quintessential soy face.
They're exhausted. Look at what video game production does to a man.
God, what's wrong with you?
Wasn't there like the same meme about Cyberpunk's game director?
Nonetheless,
He
they
aged like
continue,
50 years.
working on the day 1 patch. And Sean, if your game isn't coming out for another 2 weeks, then why is there a box copy on eBay?
Oh no.
That's right.
Was it leaked?
It's a leak.
Yeah.
Someone broke the embargo and is selling early access to the highest bidder. And the bid starts.
Is this even
rolling in.
legal? I don't think it is.
It reaches $1,300 US, sold to some guy with the Reddit handle Damien.
Just wait till you learn about the Geometry Dash development team, or lack thereof. I thought it was made by like a few enthusiasts. Geometry Dash is pretty simple, and well, I always thought it was like, yeah, it's made by one person. It's fine. A bunch of great games were made by a single dev. Like Undertale, for example. It's fine.
He gets his hand.
You can make a great game as a single dev unless you're the Yandere dev. Then you're fucked.
Hands on it and starts uploading footage.
And now
to
it
YouTube
only
and
took
Dailymotion.
7 years. It's okay. At least it came out, right? At least it came out.
What the frick? Said Sean and Sony. Damien finished it a lot quicker than expected, but he gave it a decent review.
There are things I don't like, there are things I like, but at the end of the day, when I say to myself, what is this game supposed to
Okay, give me a moment. The details here are a bit murky.
be?
It was an employee who leaked the game? Oh, it was a retail employee. I see. And they had an opportunity to buy it. Huh. Well, this review doesn't seem too bad. He didn't say a thing about this game being broken or buggy mess. So...
This, what I'm looking at right here, this is what the game is supposed to be.
He noted a few problems,
Alright.
but said he was optimistic that they would be ironed out with the day 1 patch.
So how did it get worse?
It's another leak. Some retailers
Why?
broke the official release date. Journalists too. And they started streaming playthroughs of the game. What the Sony tried to DMCA all these videos, but their aim was terrible.
Round of applause, everyone. We've officially become No Man's censored by Sony.
Our news story from earlier this week about No.
Oh, so they just DMCA'd pretty much everyone who were talking about the game. Oh god.
No Man's Sky Leaks has been hit with a copyright strike on YouTube.
They went bumbling around from platform to platform, just taking
Well,
down any video that
yeah, this release seems pretty bad. But it doesn't seem too bad right now. The game itself seems to be fine.
even talked about the leak or showed the trailer footage. But it was too late. The footage had people talking more skeptically about the game, especially because there were no early review copies.
That's bad.
Oh.
And it was looking like the weight of all these expectations had become too much, and the whole thing was about to give.
Okay, so what happened?
Oh no. It's August. Everyone's here. We've all bought the game and we're fucking hyped. Here we go, lads. Oh dear lord, it isn't finished. Hello, Sean. It is me, the auditor of games. I used to work at an astronomy lab. Don't worry about that. It seems like you've made a lot of promises. Promises that you have not kept. Let's go through the checklist. Have you got any large-scale joinable space battles?
Nobody would want that.
Ringed planets?
No. No.
Fine. Well, at least let me play as a trader.
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them...
No.
Those sand planets from June look nice. Think I might... Please, Sean, there must be rivers.
No, it's not.
Animals interact with each other in the environment?
No.
Packs of walking sentinels, Sean.
No.
I'm literally crying right now. Should I even ask whether I can play as a space pirate?
No.
Factions with different attributes.
So they pretty much didn't deliver
Star systems manually,
any of those
but nobody's
promises.
actually done it yet.
If I can maneuver like in the trailer, I'll still be happy.
No.
Well,
Oh,
day-night
God.
cycles determined by the orbit of the sun.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Land on an asteroid, radio chat, and name your shit. Hacking, portal.
Yeah, it's
all
much
that
worse than
stuff about the
Cyberpunk.
elements, Sean.
No.
This is not good, Sean. This is very not good.
And ironically, the only bugs this game doesn't have are the butterflies in the demo.
Buried
Because there were
buildings,
no
aggressive
butterflies,
emojis,
probably.
tractor beam malfunctions, animal husbandry, oil slick whirl, raining grass, retarded animals doing retarded things. Ships'
No.
interiors disappear. First person mode as a gun. That's not how flying works. That's my only means of transportation.
God.
Leaving the planet. Take off.
Ouch.
Really take off. Holes in the map. Holes in my graphics card. Whole lot of nothing from down here. Textures bugging out. Animals bugging out. Animals breakdancing. Look at these busy hands. Hello there. And a couple of unrequested ejector seats.
Well, now it looks like just a regular Bethesda game,
that's
honestly.
a lot of stuff. I get the picture. No wait, poor graphics rendering. Some can't even start the game. Frame rate issues, constant crashes. Major publications are having trouble playing the game on their machines. Even the best 1080 Ti's are stuttering. Alt-tabbing? That's a guaranteed crash. Desktop notifications? That's a crash. Playing the game? That's a crash. Changing options in the game without restarting? You'll get this. And if you got the pre-order version with the bonus spaceship, you might have a problem. Your special ship already comes with a hyperdrive inside it. Great, right? No, because you have to craft it in order to finish the tutorial missions. And if you haven't finished the tutorial missions, you can't leave the star system. So whoops, until they patch it, you're stranded.
That's why I give my kids
No Man's Sky.
a fool.
Ah, my ship's in bits!
Oh, hi, Jack.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick note about how high expectations were for this game and just how many people bought it on release, myself included. Over 3/4 of
Wait, let's see. Okay. GTA 5, Counter-Strike, Dark Souls 3. Oh, it also came out in 2016, right? Yeah. Doom. Okay. Yeah, they were like pretty successful. That's why I never pre-ordered any games. Okay, wait, actually, no. I only pre-order like FromSoft games, like Night Rain and Elden Ring. Those I pre-ordered. What else? Oh yeah, I also pre-ordered like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 because I'm just a fighting game fan And, well, when it comes to multiplayer games, pre-ordering those is like a wise decision because for fighting games, the first few weeks are the best ones. But if we're talking about a single player game, then what's the point? FromSoft has a very good track record. Yeah, I agree. That's why I never hesitant to pre-order their games. I just know that their game, even if it will be poorly optimized, it will still be great. Like Elden Ring was a bit laggy when it came out, but I didn't have any problems, like major big problems. Night Train was fine too, at least for me. And yeah, I don't have any problems with Night Train not having duo squad feature or like voice chat. So I was happy with the game. But yeah, wait, No Man's Sky is a single player game, right? Or is it online only? If it's a multiplayer game, then yeah, maybe pre-ordering this game was worth it. It's a multiplayer game. Okay, I see. So yeah, then it's fine, I guess.
Million purchases on Steam at launch. It's the single
wow.
best-selling game on the PlayStation Store that month. And the large
Damn.
proportion of people who bought it in the hopes of playing with their
Such
friends...
a great result for such a small
well,
team.
You're in for a surprise. This one is a literal
The
game
multiplayer
changer.
scandal?
Is it even possible to meet up with your friends in No Man's Sky? The answer is absolutely yes, it's possible.
On multiple occasions,
Right.
Sean said it was definitely in the game.
Will you be able to play with your friends?
I don't get it.
Can you run into other people?
What the
other
fuck was this
players in
face,
the game?
Sean?
Yes. But then just before the release, Sean posted this cryptic tweet.
To be super clear, No Man's Sky is not a multiplayer game. Please don't go in looking for that experience. Huh?
To be super clear, No Man's Sky is not a multiplayer game. Please don't go in looking for that experience.
But what happened?
Oh, what? So there's no multiplayer function. But then the next line contradicts that.
Because
The chances of two players ever crossing paths in a universe this large is pretty much zero. Oh, I get it. So, Sean, you're such an idiot. He just raised his audience's expectations even more. It's like the worst thing you could do in this case.
the chances of two players ever crossing paths in a universe this big is pretty much zero.
Oh, so it is multiplayer. You just
But
have to
what's the
overcome
scandal
this
itself?
fighting each other hurdle.
So you're telling
Was it
me
like
there's
bad?
a chance?
Yeah!
Right? No, it's more confusing than that, because the box doesn't mention online play, just network features, and the collector's edition had its online play icon stickered over. So customers are going, which one is it, Sean? Just tell us if it has multiplayer.
He's
or it
the game
doesn't have
actor. Yeah,
multiplayer."
right.
Sean wouldn't
But
give
still,
any answers.
you didn't have to lie.
But after hundreds,
Okay, you see, when you are this game's director, you know your team and its progress better than anyone. Why do you have to lie? Like, really? I guess at this point he was just too scared to disappoint his audience. His potential audience, I mean, because the game wasn't like released yet. So I kind of understand that. It's like when I was writing my bachelor's diploma, I was always like talking to my professors and I was like, yeah, it's like, it's almost done. It's so good. Trust me, bro. I'll be done in a few weeks, and then I speedrun it in a week. So yeah, I understand that, but it's just me. But in this case, his entire team depends on like his interviews and shit. He doesn't have to lie. Yeah, I mean, he could just say, yeah guys, those features are coming soon. Those are not in the game yet. And yeah, he got some death threats. I get it. It's bad. But still, that's not okay. Because if you have pre-orders for your game and risk of losing hype, yeah, right, but there's no win in this case. Okay, hear me out. You have two options in this case. First one, you lie to prevent any losses of the hype, right? But then people pre-order your game, they play this game day one, and they see that this game is shit, and they just refund the game. Or you say, hey guys, those features are coming. We will work on those things, just not now. We are a small team with like a dozen of devs. We can't make it in time. And then some people will cancel their pre-order, and the hype won't be that big. But at least you won't have this reputation of a liar, right? At least that's how I see it.
Hundreds of thousands of purchases, people soon took it upon themselves to find out. Despite the claims that it would be so improbable,
Chances that are incredibly rare, just because of the size of what we're building.
on the very first day, two people noticed they were only 4 star systems from one another, and they met up on the same planet in a live stream.
Let's go.
Oh dear.
A black pillar.
Our streams are exactly lined up. If you go look at my stream.
Oh, now I see.
Yep, that's the same spot. And they can't see each other.
Oh no.
That settles it. It's not multiplayer because it's so big. It's not multiplayer because it's just not fucking multiplayer. And this led to quite a revolt. What did Sean have to say about all this?
That's what I was talking about.
Amazing. 2 people found each other on the first.
Sean. No way. It's much worse than Cyberpunk at this point. I can't believe this. This is so stupid. The only game that was worse on release is like, what, Fallout 76?
Stay. That has blown my mind.
Yeah,
so
right.
why can't we see other players in game?
Wow, so many of you playing.
Yeah, Sean, but why?
Truly amazing.
It was so much worse than Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Mind is blown.
Well, having a bad start for a game is alright.
So what's the game actually like then?
Unless
Is it any good?
it's like a AAA full price game with pre-orders. It's like, you know, when you are like an indie dev, it's totally fine, in my opinion. But it was much worse for Bethesda, because they're like one of the biggest studios with such a huge reputation. And they sold their game for like full price. And the same thing happened to Starfield. So this is still like bad, but not bad. For me at least.
That is a difficult thing to say.
Well, it certainly is stylish and pretty, and there are a lot of places to explore.
It looks good.
But that doesn't mean there's much to find. In fact, the game boils down to a very simple loop. Hold down the trigger to pick up resources, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. Hold down the trigger, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade,
It's like a survival
leave the planet,
game.
go to another
What did you
planet.
expect?
Hold down the trigger, deal with a full inventory, leave the planet, go to another planet, deal with a full inventory, get an upgrade, leave the planet, go to another planet. That's it. $60, ladies and gentlemen.
Refuel your multi-tool.
Oh, so it
refuel
was
your life support,
$60.
Refuel a separate part
Holy
of your
shit.
multi-tool that shoots bullets instead of the mining beam. Refuel your launch thrusters. It's busy work that makes it look like you have something to do. It's not real.
How dare you?
What followed was one of the most dramatic crashes in player numbers in gaming history. Sales in the UK fell by 81% in the second week. Concurrent players on Steam dropped from 212,000 in August to just over 2,000 by September and fewer than 1,000 by October.
And what followed that was perhaps the biggest pylon in gaming history. Reviewers on YouTube panned the game.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You done fucked it up!
I had no hype, and I can tell you that, even without that disappointment, this game is hot garbage.
Has anyone coined Sean?
Oh shit! Can I even show this?
The first 2 hours of the game, I kept saying, "This is it."
This poor guy was so mad. He created like the Fourth Reich.
Sean Mourinho yet?
Numerous times within the first 2 hours of the game, I kept saying, "This is it. Fuck this shit."
Reviewers in the media were almost as harsh.
Devastating realization that most of the crafting, combat, and other activities you do on and between those planets ranges between bemusing and outright bad.
The criticism was deafening. And a lot of it really funny and creative. Krobycat made a video that captured the sentiment of that day, and if you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out.
So people are furious, the game is boring, and soon people discover that complaining about the game is actually more fun than playing it.
Wait, I'm now 3.5 hours into the tutorial pretty much.
So
Drama is always fun.
About it like they were grinding for an achievement.
This sucks.
Fucking Minecraft in space!
Many people made compilations of all the unfulfilled promises. One guy on the subreddit compiled a big list of all the missing features. Front page. Got a defense for No Man's Sky? Enjoy your downvote. In fact, the entire No Man's Sky subreddit was in such disarray it had to be locked.
So by the end of the month, Metacritic was like scrolling through a bowl of Cheerios. By October, it was one of the worst rated games on Steam, with an aggregate of mostly negative from more than 70,000 reviews. The outrage at the game was headline news for weeks on dozens of games news publications, and the price on eBay and Amazon and secondhand at GameStop was crashing through the floor. Please, no more. But the beatings had only just begun. The demo planet was data mined and found to be, of course, totally scripted and not randomly generated at all.
Oh, it's even worse than that.
If anything horrible goes wrong, just keep in mind that...
So, like, their main feature was mostly fake too. Oh. Can this even get worse?
I've not been here before.
Right.
It wasn't some level that we built or something like that, even though I think it looks quite nice in places.
People watching this would wonder why you're showing this area again. Like, what's so special about demoing the game?
Because it's scripted, obviously.
Oh, no, it's just a place that looks
There's
nice.
30 minutes left, so it probably can. I don't know.
I could have ended...
Can you fuck up harder than that? Maybe those are just consequences of their actions. I hope. Yeah, imagine buying this game on release for $60. I would be so mad too.
The demo with some, pre-scripted crazy thing that would happen. You know what I mean? The normal thing of like, and then a monster emerges from behind the mountains,
People see what's going on with the game and feel lied to. This is false advertising, they say, and angry customers start scoping out a lawsuit. On September 28th, the ASA busts through the door and goes, "Yep, too many complaints. We're going to investigate." But then soon after, the ASA cleared them of any legal wrongdoing. Technically, the only thing they're interested in is what's on the back of the box, what's on the store page, and what's on the Steam page. So it's technically not false advertising.
Okay.
But of course, technically not illegal doesn't mean much to an angry audience. October 28th, Hello Games Twitter is hacked. The hacker posts, "No Man's Sky was a mistake," and is shitting on the game in the replies. Turns out Sean didn't use two-factor authentication on his LinkedIn, and that's how they got in.
Really?
They also sent discrediting emails to journalists, which they knew would rile people up if published.
Oh, wow.
Some people even show up to their offices to take photos and knock on the door, even at night and on the weekend.
And they doxed them
posted
too?
empty pictures of the office, so naturally out of context, this started rumors that Hello Games simply took the money and ran. This in addition to numerous bomb and death threats during that period.
This story is getting a bit better when you remember that they made a huge comeback. I just wonder how it happened.
Those ones Sean did have to take seriously.
Regular intervention from police and Scotland Yard and things like that.
And while Sony didn't quite throw them under the bus, it was more like a gentle push under a minivan when Sony President Shohei Yoshida admitted that Hello Games did not have a great PR strategy for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, no
Chris
way.
took the ball with that
You
one
don't say.
and ran. But despite all of this, all of the negative press, they were actually nominated for a couple of awards. But by this point, Murray and the other members of Hello Games were so downtrodden and so sure they weren't going to win that they opted to go elsewhere for dinner.
And the Innovation Award goes to No Man's Sky.
The innovation of what? Bad game releases? Yeah, I mean, fair.
This lovely trophy going once.
Whoops.
I'm going to set this on the
The innovation of lying, yeah.
And congratulations to them. And I'm going to walk off stage like I planned that whole thing.
Well, maybe
By
they
this
had a
point,
reason.
You've got to feel
I
just a little bit
still have
sorry.
hope. Because they made their comeback,
what
right?
followed that was
But
the
later,
final
many
straw
years
for many.
later.
No particular incident, but a lack of incidents. Silence. Over 3 months of not a damn word from No Man's Sky. Where are they? Where is my refund? Where is Murray? Shouted into the void. The game was over.
But you know what? So he didn't mention that, but when Cyberpunk released, PlayStation, and it's a rare occasion actually, PlayStation refunded people who bought Cyberpunk on PlayStation 4. And here he didn't say that. So the game wasn't that broken. It was just it wasn't good, but it wasn't unplayable. So technically, people got their product that they paid for. It just didn't have much features.
It was dead. The year is 2000 AD. Sean has just graduated from university and is headed into the big wide world. He rises up the ranks.
Oh,
at
so
a
now
number
we
of
have like
studios,
anime flashbacks, right?
eventually working as a technical lead for Black
Let's see.
and technical director for Burnout 3.
Oh, we had this
When
game
Burnout's
on Guess the
developer
Game
was bought by EA,
yesterday.
He is in his late 20s. And he and 3 of his buddies decide to leave and start their own studio. Hello Games.
So
This
it's
was a
exactly what
risky
happened
venture.
to
So we'd
Expedition
done this
33
incredibly
devs.
foolish thing of like quitting our jobs, and then we had to sit down and try and decide what the game was going to be.
Together they create their first title, Joe Danger. They work on this game day and night. In fact, even once they were arrested in their own office because the police thought they were there to rob the place. Because who would be working at 11 PM on a Sunday night?
Okay, this is funny.
But they had to work that hard. Like any startup, it was a huge financial and professional risk. They had no income. They were working in a tiny room above an old tile shop, living off savings. And to keep the project running, Sean even sold his house.
So we
Oh.
made a really tough and probably at the time seemed really foolish decision. It's kind of almost embarrassing for me to talk about. I sold my house and just basically went all in and funded what we were doing, which is not something I would recommend anyone else do.
But by June 8th, 2010, they had done it. The game was good. And they could breathe a sigh of relief because on the very first day it hit the PlayStation Store, they made their money back. 2 years later, Joe Danger 2 was released. It was not the commercial success they had hoped for, and they didn't want to just keep pumping out sequels. That was a trap big players in the industry had fallen into. In his spare time, Sean started working on a prototype for a procedurally generated game. They took another gamble and scrambled to get a trailer out in time to present at VGX 2013. So the project is official now, and
they
the pressure
barely
is on.
had like
Around this time, Sean
their
is also looking
prototype,
to start a family.
but they still made
Concurrent to
this
all this
trailer.
development, he would go on to have 3 kids, so the weight of responsibility is really piling on. But their hard work will pay off, as they're finally going to have a chance for some R&R around Christmas.
They woke up to find their homes flooded, their cars submerged, and their plans for Christmas Day very much ruined.
Bad news. Rain. Rain and flooding in the south of England, right around the Hello Games office. They are completely inundated and they return from their holidays to find laptops floating around at waist height. But some good news, they hadn't lost any data. So they pull together. Soldier on. Development continues. So there they are, working in a damp office, and then ding dong. Ooh, who's at the door? It's Danish mathematician Dr. Johan Gillis.
Who?
He's seen the game, and he says, "They are using my super formula," in perfect English, and there is a potential for a lawsuit. Sean says they
Wait,
didn't,
you
and
can't
he can prove
copyright
it.
math?
So they have a meeting, and the claim is
Wait, what?
lawsuit evaded.
Can
So
you really
back
do
to work,
that?
guys? Ding dong. It's Sky Television. They've seen the game.
You are infringing on our Sky trademark.
They said in perfect
No way.
text-to-speech. They had succeeded in getting Microsoft to change SkyDrive to OneDrive, and they were about
What?
to give gamers No Man's 1 under threat of lawsuit.
You can copyright strike
But
anything at this
lawsuit
point.
didn't just go away. The threat loomed over them
This is
for
so
the next
dumb.
3 years, right up until the month before release. So they get back to work and ding dong. It's Sony with some good news for once. We like your game, kid. We want to feature it front and center and make you a big star. This could mean millions of dollars in additional revenue. They said, yeah. But along with it, a lot of press for this game would need to be done. Being a small team, they didn't have anyone for PR. They had their designers, they had their
And they
developers,
had
and
to
that
pick
was about
Sean,
it.
right?
So it's up
Yeah.
to Murray. Sean's in his early 30s now. Not super young, but relatively young, and inexperienced for this type of media circuit. This deal with Sony put extra pressure on them. It set deadlines. It's not that it's Sony's fault, but they're locked in now with much less flexibility. So when May rolls around, and they have no option but to delay, even if they wanted to ask for an extra 6 to 12 months of development, which they really need, it's probably too much to ask for. So they extend from late June to August. Only 6 weeks. From here, you can predict what's going to happen to multiplayer and a bunch of other promised features. So here's how the hype happened. Scope of game. Time. And here's the line which shows the reality of development. Progress is steady and ends in August 2016. Now here is the line of player expectations. It should start out here and follow along the purple, but the overhyping trailer comes out and puts us way up here. In this trailer, it features a bunch of things that Hello Games thinks they're capable of having in the game by 2016. That's the first big mistake. Then it's announced for PlayStation and it costs $60 and there's a collector's edition. Second,
Really?
even bigger mistake.
A collector's edition for a game that's barely
up
like
here.
ready.
And I think this is
Who
the
does
main
that?
problem. Because price tags set expectations. For a $60 game, this was seriously barren and disappointing. Now, if they had put it out for $20 as an indie game or an alpha, no problem. But when they gave it the AAA treatment, people rightfully aligned their expectations with other games in that category. That is the main reason customers' expectations were so skewed. Then Murray went to interviews, exacerbating the problem. Every time he mentioned a feature in the game, even in passing, fans set their expectations to AAA heights for that feature. Now, some people think the interviews are the main problem. In my humble opinion, not so much. Most people never saw these interviews. It's not that rickety 12-foot ladder Sean's standing on that's the main problem. It's the 900-foot building he's perched it on in the first place. So the obvious solution here would be an official statement. Hey guys, look, don't expect a 10 out of 10, expect more of a 5 out of 10. No, the publisher just sank an enormous investment of marketing and opportunity into the game.
What's wrong with you?
And that would be a huge middle finger to them. The publisher isn't going to make you hype the shit out of your game, but you can't talk it down either. So, he's kind of stuck up there. In some ways, during the interview, he tries to temper expectations, but it's limited.
Can you build a space station?
No.
But let's not gloss over the interviews. Sean is a technical guy. He's a developer. He's also the introverted type. And the big lights and the stuff on camera does not come naturally to him.
Is it super nerve-wracking to talk on stage at E3?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I bet.
I personally find going on stage at E3 like the hardest thing I've ever done. That's something that I would have had in a nightmare before. You know what I mean? It's
literally the hardest thing you've ever done?
Yeah.
Still, he stepped up and took interviews for his game from 2013 to 2016. And
Well,
the main
he had
thing
to. He's a
people wanted
boss.
to hear about were the features.
Can you have more than...
So every planet, will there be wormholes?
Right.
At what point do you get points or anything?
From these interviews, people took Sean to be a liar.
But like, despite him being a liar, let's be real, he's a likable guy.
Peter Molyneux or a chess club member out to sell his game at whatever reputational cost. But I think the truth is more complicated than that. Sean and the team are indie developers working on a new IP. Their project and plans are constantly in flux. They have no idea how large chunks of the game are going to look, especially not a couple of years out from release. And crucially, Sean doesn't understand that something mentioned in 2013, even said in passing, is going to be seen as a promise in the year 2000.
They're indie devs working on AAA game. Yeah, pretty much. But, okay, maybe it's a hot take, but I think that Sony is at fault here too, kind of. So, they decided to publish this game, but they didn't offer any help to them. Basically, they were like, hey, yeah, so we can give you some money, and you'll have to release this game until August. And that's it, good luck. I don't know. If it's your most selling game in your PlayStation Store, maybe they deserve a raise. Or some more time to cook. Just let the guys cook. It's not about being a liar. It's about mismanagement. Sony just didn't do enough. At all. And Sean, yeah, he's a liar. He was totally aware of the fact that this game is not ready. But he still decided to lie. So, he isn't perfect, but I get it. He went through some real shit during this development. Yeah. But here's another hot take. It doesn't really matter if your development process was difficult for you. Your consumer never gives a fuck about how your game was developed and what's happening to your team and you. If you're a customer, the only thing that you should give a shit about is that you paid your money for this product and you should get this product in the end of the day. You paid for it, it was advertised this way, so yeah. We don't care for you, we care for us. Right. It's your money, and you paid your money for this exact game that they advertised. And they simply didn't deliver it. I still think that death threats is too much. But come on. Internet is still the same.
2016, even if by then you've decided to cut it from the game. For example, orbiting around the sun.
Today has turned it out because the planet has actually rotated on its axis.
This originally was in the game, but it caused the player too much confusion. It kept being reported as a bug in the beta, as people left the planet and then returned to find everything different. But nonetheless, into the lying compilation it goes. So while they're still essentially formulating the game, the media all want a piece of Sean and to report on features first. Conversely, Sean thinks the reporters might help him to temper down things by emphasizing that Hello Games is an indie studio. But that is not how journalism is done. This is how journalism is done.
Can you customize the look of your character?
Sort of.
Full customization confirmed in No Man's Sky.
Alright. Some things just never change.
Periodic table to create atmospheric particles that would diffract light at just the right wavelength.
Who the fuck told you? The press kind of operates downstream from the community because things are click-driven as to what stories you get served and things like that. But a rumor would surface from Reddit straight to the front page.
There's all this hype, and the project has increased in scope dramatically and keeps increasing as the months go by until a point. They are close to the deadline and have to delay, and the reality of what they can achieve in the little time remaining is staring them in the face. They know they're not going to be putting out a finished game. They're worried. There's nothing more they can do. And the fear that they will disappoint the audience is growing on Sean and the team.
I worry about, disappointing people.
Upon release, all of these clips are seen as proof that Sean is a liar. And what doesn't help is his body language. I mean, it's kind of the body language of someone who is lying. And this is why I mentioned he's an introvert. Remember, he's a technical lead. Actually, a really good one. But not a salesman. Cut him just a little bit of slack, because this is simply how he talks. Here are some innocuous questions, and he answers them honestly.
Lead producers on No Man's Sky?
Yeah, I guess I'm a developer on it. I suppose the creator or something like that. No, I really like making games. I don't necessarily love talking about making games.
I think you did a good job,
even
Sean,
though you guys are very nice.
Mate, seriously.
Same body language. And Jesus Christ, they have him up on stage and in front of cameras and bright lights and on the goddamn Colbert Report. Try keeping your nerve on that.
Why was he even there?
Nonetheless, free of that context, the clips have him cemented in the community as a liar.
Colbert's show is like a talk show. It was never about video
the graph
games.
Plays out right to release.
Was it about
and that
like
graph,
him
it's
only?
Actually a track. And that
only
track
because
is what
he
the
was
hype train
popular at the
runs
moment on the internet?
So it comes barreling up the hill. Instead of neatly pulling into the station, it comes crashing right through the roof. The disaster unfolds. They are absolutely shit on. So there were Sean and Hello Games, surrounded by the rubble of their former reputation. Punished Sean was at his lowest point, hated by the majority of the gaming community. But they were still alive, and they had made tens of millions of dollars. They were left with two choices. Take the money, start a new project, and be a pariah, a cautionary tale of the industry and hated by the gaming community forever.
And that's when they decided to fix it.
Pick themselves up, get back to work, and with potentially no profit motive, finish the game.
It allowed
Yeah, it's
me to
about
do something
honor.
that I've always done in difficult times.
At this
whether
point.
It's crappy bosses that I've dealt with before or crappy situations at school growing up. I got my head down, I sat in front of a computer, and I made games, which is what I enjoy.
They picked number 2. So, here's the plan. The team is assigned to fixing bugs and the most obvious problems. Go. Sean tells the team to stop reading all the overwhelmingly negative feedback on the game, and he reroutes all of it to his personal devices. Emails, forum posts, Google News alerts, player feedback, it's all going directly to him now. Then he starts breaking that down into data sets. People who
Good
haven't
idea,
bought
actually.
the game, people who have bought it and played it for 100 hours, people who have returned it, etc. Then he starts compiling those complaints into usable data, focusing on the people with the most sincere experience of the game. Then we start making a big laundry list of all the things that need adding and prioritizing. First thing to fix is that full inventory. Then community mod support. Then a third thing, etc., etc. This is going to take an enormous amount of work to pull off, and they're not going to make the same mistake twice. So they would need to sharply adjust their PR strategy. Anything they said right now, An admission of guilt
I've made a severe
would be met with criticism. Denial, it's not that bad, would be met with criticism. Corporate speak, well, we endeavored to make the best game we could and we are proud of what we have, would be met with criticism. Half of the problems have been caused by speaking too much. So they were going to do a complete 180. Instead
That's
of
smart.
adding more fuel.
And if you look at today's gaming industry, you can see that it's actually useful. It works. Look at Elden Ring. The game had barely any PR until it came out. Or, well, maybe until like Summer Game Fest 2021. Silksong is the same. Hollow Knight Silksong had barely any PR. And the game comes out in like 6 months or so. And people are still hyped, but their expectations are pretty normal. So, no PR is good PR. I kind of agree with that.
To the fire. Instead of accidentally promising fixes that might also not be delivered, they wouldn't speak to the press again.
Female traits you're talking about, I'd say that's a generalization, but you've used...
They were going to speak to the community directly from now on. So they told the audience they were working on it and went completely silent. 1 day passed. No word. 2 days. A week. Have you heard from Hello Games? They just had this disastrous release. Nope, haven't seen them. I hope they're working on the game.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
at some point
Dude,
people
are you
will just
working
stop
on this thing?
complaining.
Just ignore them.
Drama is like
3
cool,
weeks. Okay, what
but
the
only
fuck
when
is
it's
going on?
relevant.
WTF, it's locked.
Then they'll just
A
shut
month.
up.
They took the fucking money and ran, didn't they? Didn't say anything, it's not going to help. 2 months. 3 months.
Oh my god.
By now, most people were convinced that the game was abandoned. They had made their money. It's all over. Then, after over 100 days of absolute silence, a tweet. Foundation. The first big patch. It is me, Sean. No, go away, Sean. I am mad at you. It has been too long. But I bring you gifts. This accent sucks. It brought base building, new game modes, farming, camps, and freighters, as well as a lot of bug fixes. You will have to try harder than that, Sean, to win my love back. It still fell well shy of the promised game. Too little, too late.
But still
So
impressive
Sean
for
left,
like 10 people.
returned to his team, and got back to work. A few more months went by, and then another tweet. Pathfinder.
What do we have here?
Oh, so it's like a transport update.
What the fuck? Oh, it's you, Sean. I bring you online base sharing, own multiple starships, starship specialization, multi-tool specialization and classes, permadeath modes, vehicles you can drive around in, and create racetracks for them too with time trials.
Oh, it's the lady.
Look at this. Okay, that's pretty good, but I'm still mad, and there's still a ton promised that isn't in the game yet. So Sean went away once more. A few more months went by. Knock, knock. Oh, it's you, Sean. What is it now? I bring you an overhaul to the storyline. New worlds, crashed freighters, space combat, terrain editing, portals, procedural mission system, interstellar trading, and joint exploration. By now, people were really starting to warm to No Man's Sky again. And to Hello.
But wait, so those updates were free, right? He said it was a patch, not a DLC or an expansion. So those were free. So it's much better than expected. Every update was free. Holy shit. Yeah, at this point they have like a shit ton of money, right? They don't need to ask people to pay for their DLCs, right?
Games.
The game has in many
That's
ways
great.
exceeded what was promised.
It's a substantially better game now.
No Man's Sky is back, baby!
People saw this was an honest effort to fix the game, and the number of employees working on it
They
was
haven't asked
growing.
for a single
From
cent
a
for
studio
all the
of 15
updates. They still don't.
to
Oh
25.
wow.
Sean Murray and Hello Games social media also started becoming more active and engaging with the audience. The subreddit was flourishing once more. The price of the game secondhand on Amazon, eBay, and GameStop was going up. Then a few more months went by. Next, a really big patch.
Oh, Space Fleet. So what's that?
I just got goosebumps.
To be super clear, No Man's Sky
Oh,
is
so now
not
it's a multiplayer
that.
game, I see.
It's the full and proper multiplayer experience. Ringed planets, third-person
Well,
mode, character
better
customization,
late than never, I
a
guess.
galactic atlas on an external website for the community, vast overhauls to base building and crafting and resources, and it also brought the game to Xbox. In fact, with the release of Next in July 2018, No Man's Sky was the 6th top-selling console game for the month.
Oh,
it climbed its way
it's even
back
better
into
than
Steam's
on
top
release.
10. It reached nearly 100,000 concurrent players.
Wow.
It brought another $24 million across all platforms. Their Steam rating went from mixed to very positive. People were getting back on board in a big way, but they weren't done yet. Better creatures, weird underwater shit, discoveries in bases and environments and equipment, and it keeps going. New biomes, more diversity, archaeology, more things to discover. By now, Sean in the gaming inspector personification of the gaming community had literally patched things up and were making
Oh
out
wow.
on the couch. Which was when he released his biggest patch to date of this video.
Oh my god, dude!
Free VR support. Not a whole other game you have to pay for.
Wait, this
like
game has
some
VR?
titles. Overhauls to NPCs, tech trees,
this looks
base
fun.
building, streamlined multiplayer, ride animals around. All sorts of stuff that was never promised in the first place. And they're still adding more stuff.
It's so funny how those guys made more updates to their game than Mojang made for Minecraft in like 10 years. Mojang is so pathetic compared to those guys.
Someone at Valve, who was a fan of the game, said to me, what you do now is more important than what you say. There's only one thing
Yeah,
that's
based.
credible, and that's your actions.
In
Deep
fact,
Ocean
I was
Planets?
so slow to get this video
Oh,
out that they put out another
like in
patch the
Subnautica?
other day, with ship salvaging, ship upgrading, more advanced terrain editing, first-person exocrafts, improved VR, improved base building and inventory management, and quality of life stuff. It goes on. Is it perfect? Technically, there are still things on this spreadsheet missing. But come on now, we're starting to nitpick. Especially when you compare them to relationships with other games companies. They could have gone the route of Fallout 76. Paywall mods
Yeah.
with Fallout first, charging a monthly fee, a downward spiral more and more into pay-to-win scraps released without QA testing. But instead, they never added pay-to-win. They never added microtransactions or paid DLC. They never
Well,
made VR as a
Battlefront
second
2
game. They
got
didn't
its
give up on
redemption
the game
arc
or
recently
scale
too.
their resources back to do it.
Surprisingly.
They didn't come out and call all gamers entitled. They didn't add loot boxes. They didn't start work on the next big project or sequel. They didn't do much of anything except get back to work. And just like that, the game once panned by critics now had awards rolling in.
Your developed star 2019, No Man's Sky, Sean Murray.
No Man's Sky next.
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky's next.
Wow. What a
And to
comeback.
cap it all off,
It's
the
so cool.
subreddit R No Man's Sky the game even got together and pooled money for
Oh,
a GoFundMe
it's so
to have
cute.
a billboard installed near the Hello
Yeah,
Games office.
they deserved it.
It must have been a harrowing moment for Sean and the team. They took a huge risk to start a small studio. They clawed their way up to create one of the most notable games of the console generation. Disappointed pretty much everyone with the release, and took one of the biggest online beatings in video game history for it.
As a family, post-release, we faced some really difficult challenges. Everything that you can imagine from like the worst of the internet, we hit.
But then over the course of the next 3 years, completely turned it around and came out the other side with a win. It's the underdog story. And after doing all of this research, I couldn't help but come to the conclusion that they were the good guys. So what is the future for Hello Games? In 2017, they announced
Well,
Hello
now we
Labs,
know.
a support program focused on original titles and
They're
games
working
using
on a new
procedural
game.
generation. Two of the team also branched off to work on a small title called The Last Campfire. But for the foreseeable future,
Surely
they're
they
just
won't
working
make the same
on
mistake,
No Man's
right?
Sky.
The future is gonna be Dragon 3. Yeah.
Alright, I didn't want to
Okay.
finish the video on like a big
Oh.
sappy note. So,
Unlock
this
the
is
door?
the end of the
Why?
story, but there's still another few minutes. Don't leave.
Okay.
It's not an ad. Okay,
Uh-huh.
in 2015, when the hype was at its peak, someone wrote a Sean Murray erotic fanfiction. And,
No!
naturally, I
Why?
assumed that you lot would want to see it. So, here it is. My evening interview at Hello Games.
Oh no.
I arrived at the Hello Games office in the early evening as the sun was approaching the horizon. Taking a deep breath, I nervously pressed the doorbell. The door opened,
Yeah, Joe
and
Danger,
Sean
whatever.
poked his expressive face out to greet me. "Hey you," he exclaimed in his adorable British
Oh,
Australian
no.
accent. "I'm so happy you could make it and spend the evening
This is
with
so
us."
bad.
I was so happy when I heard you agreed to let me come in for an interview, I said. "Oh yeah."
It's like
the
one of
interview.
those
I
stupid
forgot."
fan
He replied
fictions
with his usual
that
brilliant
14-year-old girls
I
write
laughed.
about like
"You're so funny,
BTS
Sean. Let me
singers.
show you my office. "I have a surprise for you," Sean said. He led me to the room where
Oh,
we sat
no.
down on a soft vinyl couch. "So let me show you the surprise," he said,
Oh
softly.
god.
"It's the newest build of the game. We just added some new features." He booted up the game on a PS4 in his office. I stared at his face. I like your beard. It's sexy," I pretended to say to him in my head to myself.
Oh god.
I had a secret crush on him. There was something about his humble demeanor and feeble yet handsome bone structure that was so alluring. "So here's the game," he said eagerly. It opened on an alien world just calling out to be explored. I began to sweat. Here it finally was, in front of me in all of its glory, and it was being played by Sean in front of me in all of his glory. I nervously spoke. "Could I try playing?" I said. "Oh, I suppose, of course," he said, chuckling. But another few minutes passed without him handing me the controls. "Sean," I said more confidently. I put my hands on his hands as he
Uh-oh.
gripped the controller. He looked me straight in the eyes. I stared deep into his beautiful, glistening
No.
eyes, utterly transfixed. "Sure," he said. He let go of the PlayStation controller, still sweating
Oh,
from
okay.
his firm grip.
Ew.
"But I have another surprise to show you."
No.
He stood up. "My
Redacted.
he muttered. "Yes, please."
Just
I said,
why?
Blushing as red as the treetops of Aurea 5. He grabbed my shoulders, guiding me confidently towards the coffee table, like he confidently guides the Hello Games team towards the game's release.
Oh
The
no.
one true Sean Murray, not that baby-faced loser asshole poser from NCIS. Made sweet, sweet love to me.
Oh.
I wasn't sure what I was more excited about. Finally,
I like how they went from
Sean Murray,
erotic
or
fan
finally
fictions
playing
to
No Man's
death
Sky.
threats in like a
After
few
exploring
months.
the planet's surface, I entered my spaceship and took off. Just as I left the atmosphere and burst into the breathtaking expanse of space.
Redacted.
Oh.
It was an out-of-world experience.
Yeah, right. The story isn't got overly graphic and a bit boring. Yeah.
Oculus Rift support, he uttered
Oh no, it's not
sexually.
over.
As I turned, I saw Sean's avatar standing before me in a beautiful, procedurally generated spacesuit. "Like what you see," he said. "It's time, everybody," he shouted.
No.
I heard footsteps slowly enter from the cramped office.
He's
I
going to be
soon saw
gangbanged.
many spacesuits appear before me in-game.
Aww.
But as they took off their helmets, I realized that they were all the same Sean Murray avatar. I was about to be
Redacted.
by a group of Sean Murrays, but they all
Who the
had
fuck
one
wrote
difference.
this shit?
The peak.
Redacted.
Each peak
Redacted.
was different.
I'm
There
happy
were
I never
wide
fully
ones,
watched the end
thin
of the
ones,
video.
long ones, curved
Yeah.
ones. It was magical. As the Hello Games team began to...
Redacted.
From somewhere in the room, I heard Sean whisper, every...
Redacted.
Procedural.
Alright. Yeah.
Also, I did a thing on the second channel. Please do check it out. I thought it was quite good.